everyone, it's Hannah here from Oscha, and I'm super excited to have a special live video all about our scarves. So I'm just going to wait and see who is going to join me today, and I think my colleague Adele is going to share this video into our Clan Oscha group so that everyone can join in and you can let me know your questions. And if you'd like to see the scarves being worn in any specific way. Hi Lauren, hi there, come along and say hello when you join us. Yeah, so you can let me know as we go through the scarves if you would like me to show you them in a particular way, or if you'd like me to compare one scarf with another. Then I would be more than happy for this just to be really interactive so that we can all enjoy having a look at the scarves together and it's as though we're all in the same room, which would be so lovely. Hi Lisa, hello everybody, lovely to join. Hi Christina. Do say hello when you join in, and of course let me know if you've got any questions. So today we're going to kick off with the brand new scarves that we've got, and I'm going to show you the loops and the cowls and the difference between the scarves and the loops and the cowls. And then what we'll do is we'll talk about the different weights that we have, so the different weights of scarf, and also the some of our previous releases as well, so that you're totally up on how all the different scarves look. So this one is the Pavonis Monegros, and it has been woven on our beautiful Desert Sky warp. So you can see there is a lovely shimmer there, and what we've done with this one, obviously, as it's woven on this same warp to the wrap fabric, we've actually opened up the weave, so it's a looser weave, and we've used a lighter weft yarn. So this is on a 100% organic comb cotton warp, and then we have a blended weft yarn. So this kind of lovely kind of blue colour that you can see coming through, a nice kind of deep blue that almost changes colour depending on what warp colour it's going over. This is actually a blended yarn of 4% silk, 1% cashmere, and it also has 8% cotton. So there's a lovely blended yarn there going across, which adds to its beautiful softness and its lovely drape. So you can see the drape here in terms of the open weave or the looser weave structure. So it has a really nice flow to the weight of the scarf, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's worn. So that's the scarf when it's worn, and I wonder if I can just tilt this a little bit so that you can see the length of it as well. So that's the scarf, and then of course you've got this lovely fringing on the end of the sail scarves. So this is typical of all of our sail scarves for the fringing, and you can see the weight of it there sitting around my neck. And of course, if you wanted it to be a little bit more bulky or cozy for the winter, you could wrap around and do another loop, and it's got perfect length for that. So that kind of feels nice and snuggly. It has a really lovely kind of weight to it. So I guess it's, when it's worn just in one loop, it's not overly thick. It's, you know, fairly lightweight, but you know, you could make it a little bit more cozy once you wrap that up. So that's the Pavonis Monegros, and the GSM of this one is 178. So it is one of our slightly thicker weight scarves, but as you can see, there's really lovely drape to it, and it is very floppy, and you've got a bit of the shimmer in there as well. But I will do a comparison of these with some of our other scarves as well. So I'm going to show you the infinity loop of this one as well. So here is the infinity loop for the Monegros, the pavin. And the infinity loop is the same width as the scarf, but it has a whole continuous loop, so there's no fringing on this one. And then you can wear this like this, so you can go around, and obviously you can just wear it as a loop there, or you can twist it. It's mostly designed to be twisted, and then you have a nice snuggly infinity loop. And I think the colours work really well with this actually. When you have it looped around, you just see hints of the feathers there on the pavin, but you see lots of nice colour. So as an example as well, I don't have the cowl with me, but if you did want to wear this one as a cowl, I was thinking it's actually a really lovely, a lot of you were saying that you love wearing the cowls as a fashion accessory, and I think this one would work really well for that. You can see it's not really too bulky, it's quite lightweight. You've got the different colours there, so if you were wearing this as a cowl, again it's the full width. A cowl's full width, but it's just a lot shorter of a loop. So you've got that there. So you can see what that might look like as a cowl. I'm just going to see if there's any questions so far, and then I will move on to the next one and see if there's anything, but do let me know if there's anything. Christina says it looks really shiny. It does have a shimmer to it when you see it in real life. And the colours, it's almost like a rainbow effect. And we have, you know, it's kind of inspired by the desert sky, which is also nice for autumn, I think. So lovely to see all of you joining me this afternoon or this evening. Okay, great. So I will obviously keep an eye on the comments, so let me know if you've got any questions, or if you want to see something in comparison, or if you want to see a different way of wearing the scarves. So the next one I'm going to show you is the Erwin. So this is Erwin Sybil. So this is the scarf, and it has these beautiful jewel tones to it. And my apologies, I haven't quite had enough time to iron this one. I have had some of the other items, I've managed to iron some of the other ones, but I'm really sorry I didn't manage to get this one ironed. But you can see that's a lovely colours here. So we've got really nice kind of green colours at the top, lovely teal, and there's almost like a copper weft yarn. So this one, the blend of this one is superwash wool actually, so it's got 25% of superwash wool in it, so it has a lovely softness and a little bit of coziness to it as well. But you can see there that now that I've kind of gathered it all up, again it's not very bulky, you know, in terms of a comparison with a wrap weight scarf, but this is lovely kind of jewel tones coming in there. It is sparkly. Alison's saying, ooh, Northern Light colours. Yes, it's really similar to the Northern Light, and I believe this is the one that there's been a scarf pre-order on this one as well. Do correct me if I'm wrong with that, but I believe this is the one with the scarf pre-order. And it does have a lovely shine to it as well. You can see that there. I'll iron this one and take a nice video afterwards and pop it in the comments. So again, if we're popping this one on, so it's a little bit thicker, so it is 203 GSM, and you can see that there in comparison to the pavin, it is a little bit thicker, warmer, snugglier, nicer for the winter time and for the autumn, depending on what climate you're in. So it has a really lovely tactile feel to it as well, and obviously having a bit of wool there, it's going to add a little bit more warmth. So that is the Erwin with the lovely jewel tones and a beautiful copper weft, which has a superwash wool weft on that one. And I think I have an infinity loop, so I'll show you that. Oh no, it's a cowl. yeah, so I can show you the cowl and you can see what you think of this one. So that's the cowl. Again, I would be quite happy to wear that as a fashion accessory. I think there's plenty of space kind of around my neck. It's not kind of really chunky up around my chin, so I think you could wear that. Obviously it depends what climate you're in and what you prefer to wear, but as a cowl I think that's a really nice accent piece. You can see all the colours there, depending on how it drapes, and again it does have a lovely drape, so it does, again it's our slightly thicker weight scarf, but it does have, it's a nice loose weave, so you've got again that nice drape, so it's really quite significantly different from the wraps, the wrap weight. So you can see that one. I'm just going to check. Lauren says, I love the teal and blue purple colours in particular. My scarves are from the Vineyards, pre-order coming tomorrow. Oh, amazing! Can't wait. Oh, it's going to be so good to hear what you think of those. You must post in the clan when they arrive. So that is the beautiful Erwin. There we go. And you can see there's a bit of a shimmer there as well. Superwash wool and cotton for those ones. And then the third scarf, brand new scarf that we have, this is Fronds, and this has a really amazing blend. So this is the Fronds Forest, and it actually has 16% shap silk. So in the weft, we've got a shap silk weft with this beautiful silver shap silk weft, and it's combined with cotton. I believe, but it's so beautiful. So it's a cotton warp and the shap silk weft, and you can just see that shimmer. And again with the open weave here, again it's one of the thicker weight. If you're familiar with our previous scarves, our lighter weight scarves, but it has the most beautiful shimmer from the silk and beautiful weft colour there for the kind of autumn and winter, and then you have that lovely drape. So and our beautiful banana palm leaf fronds, which is a fairly new pattern for us, and I think it works really well as a scarf. I'll just show you that up close so that you can see it, and I'll just pop that on for you as well. And this one is 193 GSM, so that's how it looks when it's on. And again, you've got your fringing at the bottom there as well on this one, on the scarf, and it's just so floppy. Honestly, I can't really describe how floppy it is. You can just see how it moves. So it's that lovely looser weight, looser weave, sorry. Jennifer's saying, I love how shiny they are. They are a lot more shiny in real life. I'm so glad I've been able to show you this, because they do shimmer when the light catches them. And I think it might be an idea to show you what it might look like. Obviously, if you wanted to do a double take with this one as well, just so soft, and you could really kind of bundle it right up for being a little bit cozier in the winter. It matches my dress as well, which I love. So you can see the shimmer there too. And Sarah's saying, well, I can't wait to get one of each gorgeous colourway, and they look so silky. They are so silky. Oh, Rachel, I'm so glad to hear you got your pre-order cowl, and the warp is amazing. I'm so pleased that you like it. This shap silk is so beautiful. I totally agree, Lauren. Yeah, Christina, honestly, the green, it's like a real forest green, this one. I think it's a sort of green that just goes with everything. Daphne's saying, oh, shap silk. Yeah, each one is shinier. I've done that on purpose. So brilliant. And Neve saying, eek, I'm going to need Shep Silk. The green is my colour. Yes, definitely for an Irish girl. Really beautiful. And Christiane saying lots of lovely presents for me. Absolutely, it's perfect timing for Christmas. Daphne saying it looks so fluid. Yeah, it really does. It really is fluid in real life. It's lovely. And Celine saying beautiful green. I love that one. And Neve's asking, Hannah, where did you get your jumper from? It goes so nicely. This is a next dress, a knitted dress that I bought, I think a couple of winters ago now. So it's not a new one, I'm afraid. Lovely. So Lisa's saying, I need one of the Fronds scarves. When will they be released? On Fridays. So actually, these are all going to be released tomorrow. We've moved our releases to Wednesdays just so that we can be able to get back in touch with everybody if there's any queries about orders the next day. So having the weekend wasn't really working so well. So we're going to try doing our new releases on Wednesday afternoons. So it will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock GMT. So I would definitely recommend joining us. We'll have our Secret Stash happy hour instead of Secret Stash Friday, and we'll do all of our releases for the scarves then. And I wanted just to show you as well this one. I think this one's may just be a scarf version that we have, but I think it's just quite nice to kind of show you what it's like up close and the kind of slightly spongy. It's super soft and drapey, this one. So if I just put one layer around as well, you can see how that one's looking. So yeah, so that's the Fronds Forest. And what I thought I would do now is show you a little bit of a comparison between some of our newer scarves and some of our older scarves. So first of all, I'm going to just grab them from here. These have been freshly ironed. Okay, so what will I start with? I think I'm going to start with the Ray. So this one is Ray Night Swimming. And I just wanted to show you this because it has the most amazing colourway change from the way that the weave structure works with the warp. So we've got a lightweight warp with this one, and then we have a thicker weft yarn. So it is Ray Night Swimming. It's an Egyptian Mako cotton warp, which is very shimmery. So the Mako cotton, Egyptian Mako cotton, is a really shimmery warp. And then we have cashwool weft, which is a bit thicker and a bit spongier. So this is an infinity loop, and we have, I don't think we have a lot of these left in stock. I think all the scarves have sold out now, but I think we do have infinity loops and potentially cowls. But I just wanted to show you that in real life because the shimmer on it is incredible. And that's the infinity loop there. So you can see that even though it's on the lighter weight warp, it is still fairly similar in look in terms of weight to, for example, the Pavin, when I put that on as an infinity loop. And again, as a cowl, it would look something like that. So there we go. And I also thought, so this is Ray Night Swimming, and it's the GSM of this one is, oh, I think I've missed that off my notes. Oh, it's 100. Oh no, yes, I've missed that one off my notes, but I can pop that in the comments afterwards. And I think it's on our thread in the Clan Oscha group as well. So that's a lighter weight version, and it has a lovely shimmer. So that's fine. And then we have the other version of our kind of lighter weight is this lighter weight sail, which has the sort of full shimmer, because it's 100% Egyptian mackerel cotton. So the warp is that real kind of shimmery warp, and it's very lightweight. So it's 100 GSM, this one. And you can see that there. Again, I think there's only Cowls and infinity loops of this one left over. So it's lighter weight, and it kind of has a bit more structure to itself almost in its kind of weave and yarn composition. I think it will soften in time as well. But it is very nice and shimmery and lightweight. So that would be what it would look like as a cowl, and then obviously as an infinity loop as well. And you can see that lovely shimmer that you get from the mackerel cotton and the lightweight warp. So to be honest, I think mostly the shimmer is coming from the mackerel cotton, because the other slightly heavier weight warps are fairly shimmery as well. It just obviously they're not as shimmery because of the nature of the yarn. So that's Alchemy Starlight, and again I think there's just infinity loops of this one left on the website at the moment. So if you did want to go for one of those lighter weight scarves, now would probably be a good time, because as we've been having some discussions in Clan Oscha, we will weave the lighter weight warp. Again, we will weave the lighter weight scarves, but obviously they won't be coming until next year. But it's been so wonderful to get all of your feedback on that. So I'm just going to check to see the questions, and then I'll chat to you a little bit more about some of the other comparisons, and I'll do a full wrap scarf comparison as well. So Lauren's asking how limited are the numbers, particularly for Fronds. Do you know, I'm not sure off the top of my head how many we have. I don't think they're sort of huge runs, because what's been really good with these scarves is that we've been able to add them onto the end of the baby wrap warps, which means we can actually be a lot more. We can be a little bit more limited with the scarves, and we can have more colour variety. So that was one of the reasons why we decided to experiment with the slightly heavier weight scarves, apart from obviously wanting to design something that was a little bit more cosy and just to have a bit more variety, and almost like an in-between very lightweight scarf and a wrap weight scarf. We wanted to have a bit more colour offering as well, so that was one of the reasons why we decided to do that. But I can check for you, but I'm not entirely sure how many we've woven of each one. There should be plenty available, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I thought I would just show you a couple more items. Yeah, it seems like the Fronds is it's definitely going to be a popular. The night, yeah, Christina, the night something is gorgeous in real life. The shimmer is amazing on it. I think it's just the kind of the way that it catches the light there, the weave structure. Great, Chloe. The shine in Fronds is beautiful in real life. So Mary's saying, would any of the new scarves being released this Wednesday be too warm to wear inside? So in my opinion, Mary, I would say potentially, it depends what you go for, because obviously if you're going for a cowl, then I wouldn't say any of them are going to be too warm to wear inside. This is the thickest one that we have. This is Erwin Sybil, and it's 203 GSM. But if you're having that on inside as part of your outfit, just as a little bit extra warmth or as an accessory, in my opinion, I wouldn't say that this would be too thick to wear that inside. I think if you go for the loop where you loop it round twice, then it would probably be a little bit too warm because it's got that wool and it's a little bit thicker. But I would say certainly the Pavona, the Paven is going to be a really nice weight for wearing inside, especially as a cowl, but also as a scarf. I think you could wear this one inside without a problem. You know, I don't think that's it's quite a kind of flat scarf. It's not voluminous, you know, it's quite lightweight, and certainly if you go for a cowl with that one, then absolutely you can wear that inside without a problem at all. It would look something like that. So yeah, I would say if you're going to go for a cowl, I don't think any of them are too warm to wear inside, but if you wanted to go for a scarf, then probably the Paven, the Fronds might also be a good shout. It is 193 GSM, so that could be quite a good one to wear inside as well. But you might, yeah, absolutely you could. I'd say it's maybe a little bit heavy for wearing as a full scarf, but yeah, you could certainly wear that one as an accessory as well. I think if you've got it as a cowl, it would work. Okay, let me see. And Laurel saying, I love the colour variety and experimenting. Thank you for explaining the new scarves composition. You're very welcome. I'm glad that we can help. Sometimes it's difficult when we just have imagery online and sort of written descriptions. It's really good to be able to show you in real life. And Danielle's asking how limited will they be. I don't think they're hugely limited, but I don't have the release numbers off the top of my head. Let me see. Mary, you're very welcome. It's good to be able to explain. If anyone has any other questions or want any comparisons, just give me a shout here. Just let me know. And someone's asked about the price point for the scarves. I can get back to you on the listing, on the comments tomorrow with the price points. And Chloe's saying, of course I have to ask, what will be the next Middle Earth release scarf? Do you know, I'm not entirely sure what our next one is for the Middle Earth. Okay, and yeah, Lauren's saying, I've wanted a dark green scarf for so long. It's beautiful. It's so lovely. So I thought I would just do a little bit more explaining in comparison with the wrap weight so that everything is like super clear for everyone. So I just wanted to show you a couple of extra slings that we've done in the past and compare those with what we're doing now. So we will, as I say, we will do more of the lightweight scarves, but I also want to show you some of the scarves that we've done in the past, which were kind of almost in between light and the thicker weight ones that we are releasing at the moment. So this is the Starry Night Frost, and this is my personal scarf which I wear all the time. Absolutely love it, and I'm pretty sure we'll reweave these in the future if I have my way. So this one is on the lighter weight warp, but it has a cash wool weft. So it's a Starry Night Loch, and it was released in 2016 or 17, I think, and it's about 240 GSM. So this is a fairly oldie scarf, and you can see it is more of a kind of warm scarf. That's Zoe correcting me, saying Starry Night Loch. Yes, we were just talking about that earlier today and I kept calling it the wrong name. So yeah, this is a sort of a version of that, which is a lighter weight warp with a thicker weight weft, and you can see that we have been experimenting for many years now with the thickness of our scarves. So when we were chatting in the Oscha clan a little bit about the name of the scarves and what do we do going forward, because we have such a different, lots of variety in terms of the weights, and we always have done, and we want to be able to experiment with different weave structures. For example, this one as well. Some of you may remember this beautiful scarf, which is the Croft Molten Chocolate, and it is 100% shap silk, and this is actually woven on the same kind of warp that we wove for the Shap Silk pre-order that we did, where we had the ray, it was like a purple ray that we had. I can't quite remember its name, but some of you may remember that. So again, this is one where we've loosened up the weave a little bit, but it's on a similar warp weight to what we've done in the past. So we're always looking to kind of develop, and we have been kind of doing quite a lot of experiments with the scarves in the past as well. I mean, we do want to continue to do that, and it's been so good to get your feedback on the lightweight options, and we will definitely bring those back as well. So we won't bring them back, we will just make sure that we weave them again in the future. We haven't discontinued them, basically. Kasumi Amethyst was the one that was on a similar warp to that one there. So I also thought it might be an idea just to show you the beautiful Legend of Frodo Garnet, which we released last winter. And this one is quite an interesting blend, because it is the ones that we've woven from recycled materials. So this is woven from recycled plastic bottles and recycled cotton from t-shirts. And we've also included a little bit of cashmere in this one as well, that just kind of cozies it up a little bit. And this one is 193 GSM. So this is our Legend of Frodo, our Middle Earth, one of our Middle Earth scarves, and you can see it has a little bit more kind of volume to it, and it's a little bit cuddly from the cashmere. And yeah, it's a sort of lovely shimmer as well to that one too. And this was our first ones that we released on the slightly thicker weight, with a slightly thicker weight. But again, they are miles away from the wrap weight scarves, which this is a nice and soft one, but this is a nice oldie from many years ago, which is one of the first scarves that I bought from Oscha. And it is, you can see when I pop that one on, you know, it is feeling more chunky, and that's the wrap weight scarf. That's the full, that's exactly the same fabric as that we would use for baby wrap. So that just shows you a bit of a comparison between all of our specially woven and designed scarves compared with the scarves that we have that you can order on our made to order listings, which we do when we release any of our new slings. So that is, and don't, this one has been fringed by a friend, so they don't come fringed, but just in case you were wondering that, if you are looking to order a wrap scarf, you can painstakingly fringe them if you wish, but the this is an example of a wrap weight or an actual wrap, baby wrap fabric that's been made into a scarf length. So this is, if I wanted to show you as well how this one looks in the cowl version, so you can see what it would be like as a slightly more of an accessory item. Again, some of you may find that's a little bit warm for wearing inside as a little bit of our kind of a thicker option, 193 GSM. But what we will do is we'll start putting the GSMs on all of the listings so that you can really begin to understand which ones are the lighter weight and which ones are the thicker weight and heavier weight scarves. But I would say that overall, all of our specially woven scarves are still fairly light in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, so the to show you that as well, and they all have a really nice kind of shimmer to them. Yeah, so Chloe's asking, was the Liberty wrap weight scarf half width? So it's actually, yeah, 3/4, so that's half a wrap width, sorry, yeah, it's half a wrap width, which is what our wrap scarves are. so that gives you a bit of an idea of the weight of those. So yes, let me just check the comments as well and see if there's anything else that is missing. And I also think it's worth mentioning, just pop this one on as well so that you can see that there. I think it's worth mentioning that all of our scarves, you know, we do kind of design and develop the weave and the weft yarns and everything, you know, very specifically for the scarves. So we have looked at, okay, they are on, they have been woven on the warp from the baby slings that we're going to be releasing in the next wee while, and you will recognise the lovely Paven Monogros, which is on our Desert Sky warp. And it's definitely worth mentioning that we do look at all of the new releases for the scarves and really think carefully about how they're going to work in terms of their drape and their weight, how the weft yarn will look and feel, and how the weave structure will impact on the feel of the whole scarf. So we have try to make sure that we've got a really nice variety of scarves coming out this winter, and of course we will take on the feedback and weave some lighter weight ones for the new year, in the new year as well. And it's likely that what we'll do going forward is have a combination of both. So let me just check the comments. Mary's saying, somehow always mesmerised when you gather materials in a pleat, almost Amsler-like. Christine's saying, oh wow, this reminds me of Maya. Yes, that's the lovely the Liberty, I think that one is. Can't remember its colourway name now. Michelle says that she has this, is it this one or the Garnet, which is more of a outside scarf? I would agree that these ones are more of an outside scarves unless you're going for the cowl. And of course the wrap scarf, the wrap fabric I would say would be a more of an outdoor scarf. So Danielle's asking, are the sales and the new thicker weight scarves the same size? Yes, they are. They're the same width and they're the same length as well. Sarah's saying it looks so drapey and lovely. Thanks, Christina. Thank you, Carson, for correcting us on our pre-order group. Absolutely. Would anybody like to see any other comparisons or any of the scarves again? I can pop them on again and show you. Janelle saying another silk scarf would be perfect. I love the sea salt. Yeah, beautiful. Great. Yeah, Zoe's been wearing the Paven at work today. And yeah, definitely getting the fronds. That's the Paven there. Lovely. Yeah, Mary's asking, is the Erewhon scarf on the Philosopher's colourway? No, it is slightly different. So the Philosophers, I think, had the sort of greener colour in the middle. So it is a dual toned warp, which we think works so well for this time of year. But it is slightly different from the Philosopher's warp that we did. So Gretchen's saying, can you please share anything about the colour of Erewhon? I know this more about the weights, but that one looks lovely. Yeah, of course I can show you the colours again. This is the one that I didn't quite manage to iron, so I'll do a quick iron afterwards and show you a wee video on the comments. But you can see the colours here. And you can see the kind of shimmer of that as well. the shimmer, I think, coming from the looser weave, and a little bit of the superwash wool and the cotton warp there. Yeah, I'll iron this one and show you that one again. And that's it on as well. So you've got a really nice kind of copper, it's like a deep copper rust kind of weft on it, which changes, almost changes when it hits across, you know, contrasts very much at the edge there with the teal green. And then it's a bit more kind of complementary in the middle in terms of a kind of similar, so almost sort of fades in and out there along the weft and the warp of this sling. Yeah, so that's that one. Kendall's saying, I jumped on late, would you mind showing the new scarves again? So you can, I will show you them quickly. So this is the Irwin, which I've got on just now, and you can also rewatch the video when we're finished and you can see those from the beginning. And then we have the Paven Monogros, and these are coming, they're all coming tomorrow at 4 o'clock GMT. And then we have the Fronds Forest as well, which is this one here, which has the lovely shimmer to it. And Alison's asking about the Middle Earth scarves. I'm going to get back to you on that one. Great. Okay, I'm just going to check your comments and then you can let me know if you've got anything else you want me to do or show you, and then I can get back to anything on the thread later if you have any other questions later on, or we can chat in Clan Oscha, which will be great. So Mary's asking, what are the care instructions for the new scarves? Are they more on the easy side? So I'd say it just really depends on which one you go for, because they all have different compositions. So the superwash wool is going to be fairly easy care because superwash wool and cotton. So that's the Irwin, and let me just see what it's saying here. So delicate wash, machine wash, and then you can iron this one as well on the kind of medium iron. So that's going to be fairly easy care for sure, the Irwin. With the Fronds, as it has silk in it, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a hand wash. Yeah, so obviously if you trust your hand wash cycle on your machine, you could hand wash, you could use your machine, but we're obviously recommending a hand wash on the Fronds Forest with a cool iron for that one. But in my experience from from handling this one, it's so floppy and soft, I don't think it's going to need a lot of ironing. With the Paven, it has a little bit of silk and cashmere in there as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's hand washed too. So again, the same as the Irwin. So it really just depends what you go for, but I wouldn't say that they are particularly difficult to care for. I think they're going to be fairly standard for those kind of yarns and blends. So that's great. Rachel is asking, so there will be wraps on the same warp as Irwin? Yes, there will be, and they will be coming at the mid-November, let's say. I think it might be the 18th, something like that. So you'll see those coming soon. Great. Yeah, these ones are this one's so beautiful. I think, Kesha, you're saying that you love the one I'm wearing. I think it must be this one. Fronds again. Yeah, let's show you Fronds once more at the end, and then and the Erwin. Christina will pop the prices, well, I'll give you an idea of the prices tomorrow on the thread. And Adriana's asking about the purple roses that were in the announcement. So those purple roses were actually an older version, and we just, again, it was a kind of just to show the variety that we've had since we started making the scarves. We just wanted to kind of point out that we have been experimenting with different weights. So, and not in terms of the warp weight back then, but we did experiment with the weft weight, and we did experiment a little bit with the warp weights when we were showing you the molten chocolate, the Croft molten chocolate, but generally it was the weft weights we were experimenting with. So just to kind of point out that there's always been quite a variety and a spectrum of the scarves. So when we are looking to when we're looking to kind of use those as a description, it's better just to kind of like I guess let you know that we have been experimenting quite a lot with the different weights all along. So that was that one. It was an old one. And can you please show Erwin draped as an infinity loop? Yes, I can. I'm pretty sure if I don't have the infinity loop, but what I can do is drape it with this one, and then we'll finish on Fronds. Let's see. So if it was an infinity loop, it would look something, see if I can figure this out because I don't have one in with me, but it would look something like, if I make a loop out of this, so bear with me, it would look something like this. So if you were going for an infinity loop with the Erwin, it would look something like that, with 2 layers of fabric. Hopefully that is helpful for you. So Janelle saying, with the looser weave, will they be more prone to pulls? I would say that, yes, I think that in all honesty, in terms of just anything that has a slightly looser weave and more kind of voluminous kind of texture to it, I guess, you will, any kind of lightweight weave, you will see potentially a little bit more thread shifting and potentially a few more pulls. But I don't anticipate, in terms of me using these here today and playing around with them, I don't think that it's going to be significant at all. But I think that it's definitely worth saying that anything on a sort of lighter weave, you are likely to see maybe a little bit more prone to pulling, which is fairly easy to fix, in terms of just tweezing them back in, and also potentially a little bit of thread shifting. So I think it's definitely a good, that's a very good point, but I do think that it's not going to kind of affect the integrity or the look or feel of the fabric, but you will get, with any woven fabric, if you're having a looser weave, that can happen. Great. And Rachel Barry saying, a scarf could be worn as a shawl, right? Absolutely. I'll show you the Fronds just to finish off with, since we had a couple of requests to see that one again. And let me see if there's any other questions or comments or anything you'd like me to show you again, or any comparisons. So Katie's saying, when you have time, can you go back into your archive info and find out the weight GSM of the Augmental Lunae? We can have a look for you, Katie, if you want to just give us an email. We'll see what we can do for you. Or you can message us on Messenger and we'll see what we can do for you with that. So if you wanted to wear Fronds as a shawl, I think it would be so beautiful. I also think you could wear these kind of as your everyday scarf, but you could also dress them up. Not that we're really doing a lot of dressing up at the moment, are we? But you get the full spectrum of colours obviously with that as well. And then if you wanted to go for a shawl, Would be lovely. Great. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been wonderful to chat with you all and show you our scarves in person and just be able to answer all your questions. So if you do have anything else that you think of, you can always comment below, or you can join us in Clan Oscha again and just just ask us anything you would like us to show you there, and I would be more than happy to answer your questions. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And as I mentioned before in the video, all of the new scarves will be going online tomorrow at 4 o'clock GMT. And it'll be really good to be able to launch some lovely autumn winter products and be able to share all of our lovely accessories with you that we have for this winter, and of course gifting period. So if you did see anything that you like the look of, then you never know, it might work well for Christmas. And we just want to say as well, thank you so much for supporting us this year. I know that coming up to Christmas time is always a time of reflection, and we just want to say, like, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much, and thank you for joining me on this video. And let me know if there's any other kind of topics or videos that you want me to cover in the future, and we can do some spotlights on things. So yeah, thank you again, and I will chat to you all soon. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.